What's up guys, welcome to this video. We're gonna be doing a little mountain diving here in Hawaii with the DJI AVATA 2. I'm gonna be doing 2 flights in this video. I'm gonna try to send it all the way up to the top and back down, but without further ado, let's do it. All right guys, so first thing that I'm gonna do here is come around and just kind of soar up the beach towards the mountain range. I might have to adjust my settings a little bit because looking this way, it's pretty bright. Let's see. But essentially just gonna kind of come up the beach, up towards the mountains, and then onwards to the top. And I'm not getting too low right now just because there's so many trees around me. So I'm just trying to maximize the signal. I know the whole mountain is in view, but all this stuff is kind of out of line of sight, so that's why I'm staying a little high here. All right, I'm gonna raise my tilt angle a little bit. We're at about 34 degrees now. Now, at this point, I know that all this is in line of sight, so I'm gonna close in a little bit. Just kind of ride this all the way up to the top, hopefully. The only thing that's gonna stop me is the 500-meter height limit on the DJI AVATA 2, which is honestly like the biggest downside for me is like some features you're just not able to dive because of that limit. This landscape is so beautiful. And it is super windy up there. We're at 290 meters, 300 meters. Still got a long ways up to go, so I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to make it to the top. Yeah, I think we're gonna be just shy of reaching that summit. Let's see. Yeah, we are very close, just hit the limit. Okay, so I'm gonna come out, just away from the cliff a little bit. And then I'm gonna take a look in real world to look for a line. Okay, so yeah, basically what I want to do is I want to go right and ride that ridge line. All right, so I got to go down a little bit. Keep going down. I think the wind is pushing me up. Okay, so let's go back to manual mode. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go this way. Like I said, the wind is super crazy right now. This is not ideal conditions, but I'm gonna get on top of the ridgeline as soon as I can because it kind of slopes downward. I think somewhere around there, it'll be below 500 meters and then we can dive down. Oh, I just hit the ceiling again. So I gotta come back down, switch off of it. Okay, keep going. I just hit it again, man. That's rough. Okay. It's actually just shy of 500 meters that it stops you. This is about as high as we can go, so we're gonna dive now. this ridge line. And I can't go all the way to the bottom just because these trees. But I am gonna do that. Boom. And then we got a little bit of battery left. So I'm gonna go back this way and try and hit that little notch over on this side of the mountain. Didn't hit the notch, but just gonna do a dive. I've got a much better idea of what I want to do with my line on this next battery. So I am gonna bring the drone back and throw up another battery. Hey, what's up guys? In between flights here, I want to take a quick second to talk about the sponsor of today's video, and that is Skillshare. If you haven't heard of Skillshare, Skillshare is an online learning community that's already helped millions of people learn new skills in a ton of different fields. I've been a filmmaker for almost a decade now, but I think it's so important to, no matter what level you're at, just constantly be learning new skills and pushing yourself. So a class that I just recently took is one called How to Film Yourself, a solo filmmaking masterclass. Most of the time when I'm out filming videos, I do have a friend or girlfriend or something that can help me film myself if I need to get a shot, but that's not always the case, and so it's been a goal of mine to get better at doing it alone. It also helps in situations where, for example, if my girlfriend and I are on a trip and I want to get a shot of both of us in it. And in the class, he goes over everything from gear to lighting to composition and everything in between. There's definitely some stuff in there that I already knew, but there was also some new stuff that I learned, especially when it comes to lighting. I feel like there's a lot for me to learn in that field. And Skillshare has so many amazing classes taught by world-class people covering topics like filmmaking, graphic design, art and illustration, animation, photography, or even things like productivity and AI. So whatever skill you want to learn, odds are there is a class on Skillshare that will teach you how to do it. They also add new premium titles all the time, and you can find classes with subtitles in tons of different languages. Right now, the first 500 people that use the link down in the description or scan this QR code will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So there's no risk to just trying it out and seeing if you like it. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to flight number 2. All right, guys, so we got one more battery. This next line, I have a much better idea of exactly what I want to do. I'm gonna start right and then go left. So yeah, let's do it. Same thing this time. I'm gonna come around this way first and then flip around. Gonna adjust that tilt angle quite a bit. So I will see you guys when I get closer to the mountain. All right, so we are at 1,100 meters away. Should be chilling on battery. And we're coming around this corner where it's like pretty direct lighting, which I'm not super stoked on. But I'm basically just going to gain some altitude and fly back over to the left. There's a little bit of contrast right here as we fly, but not quite as much as when we fly from the other direction. This is still really cool. There's a nice little gap up here. Oh, it's so windy. There's no way. So I'm gonna head up this as high as I can, and then when I get close to that limit again, I'm gonna curve to the left. And I am already pretty close to that limit, but maybe I can get on top of this. Come on. That's probably gonna stop me. Yep. And now it's a sketchy situation because the wind is blowing me over. All right, switch back to manual. Come on. This is kind of sketch. Back to manual, let's go. Come on. Okay, there we go. Going down. wish I took off, or like the height limit was literally like 50 meters higher. I'd be totally fine. Oh. Still going. Wow, this is so pretty. Look in this direction. So when I come back, that's the ridge line that I want to dive down. So I'm just going to make a little note of that. Come over on this side, and I'm going to go back the other direction and then fly down it. I think that'll be a really nice line. Should actually be able to go all the way to these spines. So I'm gonna start here, go all the way back, and then dive. This is a pretty long range mission, but I think I should have enough battery. As long as the wind isn't going the opposite direction, which I think it totally might be, but whatever. Oh, such a cool shot into the valley over there. All right, let's do it. Yeah, so you can immediately see this direction is so much better. Just get a ton more contrast because the sun is the other direction. Sweet, so I'm gonna try to get as high as I possibly can before diving down this main ridge line. 470, yeah, that's about what I want. Okay, and let's go. Oh, it stopped me right as I was about to dive. That's so frustrating. Oh, that is the worst thing about the Avata 2. All right, just pretend like that didn't happen. Let's go. That was a very shaky dive, but very cool. I think it should stabilize out. And that's where we just came from. Sweet. Sick. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to color grade your videos exactly like you see here on this channel, I'll leave a link to my LUT pack. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.